What if the limitations you've been facing aren't the solid walls you believe them to be, but rather internal blockages disguised as external circumstances? What if a seemingly insurmountable obstacle, those closed doors that have been keeping you from your deepest desires, could be shattered by a simple, internal shift? Imagine for a moment that a three-word affirmation, reportedly used by Jesus before sleep, held the power to completely reshape your reality, reprogramming your subconscious and shattering those closed doors you've been facing, not just as a religious quote, but a practical tool for changing your life. This isn't about dogma or blind faith, but about understanding how specific words, repeated with intention, can align with a universal principle, and how this is the key to unlocking the life you were always meant to live. Throughout history, practices like mantra meditation, affirmations, and focused visualization all share a common thread: repetition. But what if consistently using these three words before you drift off to sleep tapped into that same powerful mechanism to finally help you achieve your deepest desires? And here's the thing, during that liminal state just before sleep, when you're not quite awake but not fully asleep either, your subconscious becomes exceptionally receptive, like fertile ground ready to accept new beliefs. And it's this specific time that holds a secret key to easily reprogramming your subconscious that most people aren't even aware of. Now, these three words are far more than just a religious saying. They represent a universal principle of how our thoughts directly shape our reality, showing the power you truly have over your destiny and your ability to create the world around you. This isn't just about experiencing minor adjustments in your life. This shift has the potential to unlock profound transformations by breaking down those perceived limitations that have held you back, so that you can finally achieve the life you were meant to live, to step into your true potential. This isn't something that's been widely discussed. It's a hidden gem that many often overlook, because they think that all affirmations are the same. But not all affirmations are created equal, and this specific technique is the key to ensuring that yours are actually reprogramming your subconscious, so you're no longer stuck in the same patterns, because this video is not about providing you a quick fix or an external solution. It's about unlocking the powerful potential you already possess within yourself and showing that you're the one who is in control of your own reality, because the change will always come from within, not from the external world. Most of our daily actions and emotional reactions are driven by the subconscious, a powerhouse of beliefs and patterns, and this part will begin to lay the foundation for why understanding how the subconscious works is absolutely key to creating real change. You see, the subconscious, despite its seeming complexity, is easily influenced by repetition, particularly when this is done with intentionality and feeling. And so, what you impress on your subconscious regularly becomes your reality. It's that simple, yet that profound. The combination of intentional affirmation, targeted for that liminal state, creates a powerful synergy, allowing these three words to become deeply integrated into your subconscious and therefore your reality. However, it's not enough to just repeat the three words. You'll need to feel the truth behind them, because that's how the subconscious recognizes its importance, and it's the emotional charge that amplifies the impact, making the difference between just saying the words and actually becoming them. It's not about just repeating a phrase, it's about embodying the state that that phrase represents. Now, let me ask you this. What if those closed doors weren't physical barriers, but reflections of internal limitations? What if the key to unlocking them has been with you all along? And what if this three-word affirmation is all it took? The real power of these three words isn't just in the phrase itself, but in the energy it carries and the unwavering belief you attach to it. What's the key that turns this simple phrase into a catalyst for powerful change? We're not just going to leave you with these concepts. We will also provide you with specific instructions on how to properly integrate this technique into your nightly routine, showing why a certain routine might make all the difference. Because the transformations that follow are rarely dramatic, but the subtle signs that your internal world is shifting are there, and we will explore how to identify these signs, so you're aware of the quiet changes happening behind the scenes, and that you finally understand why these closed doors seem to be suddenly shattering. Let's delve deeper into the intricate workings of your subconscious mind, the silent architect of your reality. Imagine it as a constantly recording device, capturing every experience, every thought, every emotion you've ever had. These recordings, which are essentially your beliefs about yourself and the world, become the internal programs that dictate your actions and reactions, often without your conscious awareness, and they're running in the background at all times. These programs dictate how you perceive the world, how you react to it, and therefore, what you attract into your life. For instance, have you ever noticed how some people seem to constantly attract challenging situations or opportunities for growth disguised as obstacles? That's often a reflection of their subconscious beliefs and patterns, like self-sabotage or a deep-seated feeling of unworthiness, constantly manifesting in their external reality. They might subconsciously believe they're not good enough, or that they don't deserve good things, and this belief will consistently manifest as closed doors. Understanding this is the first step in taking control of your life and becoming the conscious creator of your reality, because until you consciously choose which programs you're going to run, your subconscious will default to the ones you already have. This is why reprogramming it is key, because the extent to which your subconscious controls you is far greater than most people realize. Now, let's focus on that unique state just before you drift off to sleep, what we've been calling the state akin to sleep. Have you ever wondered why this specific moment is so critical for reprogramming your subconscious? Well, during this transition, your brainwaves shift into a more relaxed state, primarily alpha and theta frequencies, and in this state your conscious mind, the analytical and critical part of you, takes a back seat, and your subconscious becomes more receptive to new information. It's like a gatekeeper taking a break, allowing new seeds of thought and belief to be planted more easily. Think about how hypnosis works, or guided meditation, which often aims to induce a similar relaxed state to bypass the conscious mind. These methods are effective because they target the subconscious directly, making it easier to access and reprogram. The same principle applies here, and that's why this is the perfect moment to reprogram your subconscious with empowering thoughts and beliefs. Your subconscious is always listening, but it's during this state that it's not just listening, it's deeply absorbing everything you expose it to, making it fertile ground for new beginnings and powerful transformations, and that's why it's important to be very intentional with this specific moment. But what makes this process so effective? One word: repetition. This isn't just a spiritual concept, it's a fundamental principle that applies across many fields. Consider how advertising works, constantly repeating brand names and slogans until they become deeply ingrained in your memory, influencing your choices without you even being consciously aware of it. Or think about how habits are formed, through repeated actions and routines, reinforcing neural pathways in the brain until they become automatic. These examples highlight the power of repetition to shape our beliefs and behaviors, and they're all working on the principle that the more something is repeated, the more it's ingrained into the subconscious. And this principle works both ways: negatively, when you repeat self-deprecating thoughts, and positively, when you repeat empowering affirmations. Similarly, consistent affirmation practice creates new neural pathways in your brain, strengthening the desired beliefs and behaviors, and slowly but surely, these new patterns become your default. Consistency is the key here, because it's not about a one-time miracle, but a daily practice that gradually reshapes your internal programs. And this is why you need to be consistent with this specific technique to reprogram your subconscious. However, repetition alone isn't enough. It's the emotional charge you attach to the affirmation that truly amplifies its impact on the subconscious. Have you ever wondered why traumatic events often leave such a deep mark on your psyche? That's because they're usually accompanied by strong emotions like fear, pain, or grief, imprinting the event onto your subconscious like a brand. This is because emotions are the language of the subconscious. They act as a magnifier of whatever you're thinking, and that's why affirmations are so much more effective when they're spoken with feeling, with true intention and unwavering faith. If you just repeat the words without any emotion, they will remain just words. But if you infuse them with feelings of peace, love, and confidence, they become powerful commands that the subconscious accepts as truth. And this is the secret that most people overlook when trying to manifest their desires. It's this emotional intensity that dictates what your subconscious prioritizes, and therefore, what becomes your reality, because feelings are the bridge between your conscious desires and your subconscious programs. So you need to be very intentional with the feelings you choose to focus on. Now, let's delve into the power of affirmations and how they can be used to actively shape your reality. By understanding that affirmations are more than just positive statements, they are powerful tools that, when used correctly, can reprogram your subconscious and rewrite your internal narrative. But the key is that they need to be infused with sincere intention and genuine feeling, because affirmations without emotion are like seeds without water. They simply won't grow. For example, if you were to repeat an affirmation like, "I am abundant," but deep down you believe you're lacking, it won't be effective. You might be saying the words, but your subconscious isn't receiving the message, because it's not aligned with your inner beliefs, and this is what makes affirmations fail for most people. However, if you say the same affirmation with a deep feeling of gratitude, or with the certainty that it's already true, the subconscious receives the message and begins to align your reality to match that feeling. This is the key difference between surface-level affirmations and those that actually reprogram your subconscious. The words have to come from a place of conviction, and you have to embody the state you wish to become, because you can't fake it to your subconscious. Let's explore the core mechanics of how affirmations work to reprogram the subconscious. It's a simple yet profound process that involves constantly presenting your subconscious with a desired idea or belief, so that it begins to accept it as truth. And this is how our beliefs are created in the first place, through constant repetition of the same ideas. If you constantly tell yourself you're not good enough, or that you'll never achieve your goals, these ideas sink into your subconscious, creating patterns that manifest as self-doubt and limiting beliefs. But you can also use this principle positively to create empowering patterns, which is why affirmations can be so effective, because they're not just empty words. They're targeted programming tools that rewrite the internal narrative and slowly change your perception of reality. Therefore, by consciously choosing empowering affirmations and repeating them with intention, you can gradually dismantle negative patterns and start creating a new reality that's aligned with your highest potential. It's about choosing the right programs to run in your internal operating system, so you can create a life that aligns with what you truly desire. It's that simple, yet that powerful. However, it's crucial to understand that the effectiveness of an affirmation also hinges on the alignment of your beliefs and expectations. If your affirmation conflicts with your deeply held subconscious beliefs, it will be much harder for it to take root. For instance, if you affirm, "I am worthy of love and abundance," but deep down you believe you're not deserving or that good things aren't for you, your subconscious will reject the affirmation. Your subconscious will always choose to believe what it knows to be true over what it desires to be true, which is why it's important to start shifting those underlying beliefs first. This is why it's so important to release any self-doubt or feelings of unworthiness, because the subconscious is like a fertile ground. It will grow whatever you plant in it, and the more you believe you're worthy of receiving the positive outcome you desire, the more easily it will manifest in your life. The key here is to create congruence between your inner beliefs and your spoken words, so they can work together instead of sabotaging each other. This is why it's key to feel the truth in the affirmation and embody the state that you want to achieve. Now, let's explore how visualization can act as an accelerator to amplify the impact of your affirmations. When you visualize your desired outcome, you're not just creating a mental picture, you're also engaging your emotions and your senses, and this reinforces the affirmation in the subconscious, acting as a powerful magnet that attracts your desires into your physical reality. It's the key ingredient that brings the affirmation to life. Think about how athletes use visualization to enhance their performance. They imagine themselves succeeding, feeling the victory as if it's already happened, and this mental rehearsal strengthens the neural pathways in their brains, making the physical action easier. This is the same principle that applies to your affirmations. The more vividly you can imagine and feel your desired reality, the more effectively you're programming your subconscious to create that reality. This is why visualization is not an optional step. It's an essential component for the manifestation process, bringing all of your senses to the act of affirming. And now, it's time for the moment you've been waiting for, the unveiling of the three-word phrase. The phrase is, "Peace, be still." Simple, yet profound, these words carry a subtle but powerful energy that, when used with intention, can unlock profound transformations in your life. These words are more than just a religious quote. They represent a universal principle of inner peace and stillness that allows you to access a deeper part of yourself. And through this deeper connection to yourself, you will reprogram your subconscious. This specific combination of words is not just about calming the mind, but about quieting the inner turmoil and aligning with your inner wisdom. And that's the key for the subconscious to be reprogrammed. Let's delve deeper into the metaphysical significance of these three words and their connection to the power of intention and the law of attraction. The phrase, "Peace, be still," isn't merely about seeking tranquility. It's about harnessing the power of a focused mind and aligning your thoughts with the desired reality. When you repeat these words with intention, you're not just calming your mind, you're also activating a powerful energetic field that aligns with the universal principles of creation, and therefore the law of attraction. It's a direct affirmation of your power to create your own reality by shifting your inner state. It speaks to the core idea that your thoughts create your reality, because by affirming peace and stillness, you're not just asking for it, you're becoming it. And that state of being is what will attract corresponding experiences into your life. So when you repeat these words with faith, you are planting a powerful seed in your subconscious mind, and therefore shaping your reality. Now, let's address the potential religious interpretations of this phrase, acknowledging its origins while emphasizing its universal application beyond specific doctrines. While the phrase, "Peace, be still," appears in religious texts, its meaning transcends any particular faith or dogma, because these words speak to the universal power of inner peace and focused intention, principles that are found in many spiritual practices and traditions. In essence, the phrase is not a religious command, but rather a practical tool for self-discovery and empowerment, guiding you back to the stillness within and allowing you to align with your inner wisdom. And it's from this place that you can consciously create your reality. Ancient texts often point to this internal process, not an external one, but people tend to forget that the transformation always comes from within, and this phrase is the key to unlocking this process for you. These words are a key that will unlock that inner door you have been looking for, so you can finally create the life you were meant to live. Now, let's talk about the practical action of this three-word phrase and how they can directly reprogram your subconscious. These words directly address any internal conflict or anxiety, shifting your subconscious from a state of unrest to a state of peace, and that state is the key to creating your reality. This, in turn, helps to dismantle the limiting beliefs that hold you back, such as feelings of lack, fear, or self-doubt, and it aligns you with a state of inner confidence and empowerment. When you consistently affirm peace and stillness before sleep, you're essentially telling your subconscious that these states are your new reality, and that's what it will begin to manifest into your life. This is why it's important to repeat these words with intention and belief, because you are in fact becoming what you affirm, and these 3 words are the key to unlocking that transformation. By becoming peace and stillness, you'll attract corresponding experiences that reflect that inner state. So it's vital that you internalize this in order for the technique to be as effective as possible. And now that you understand how these words work, let's talk about how to integrate them into your nightly routine. Now that you have the 3 words and understand their significance, let's bring everything we've talked about together. The core revelation here is that peace, be still, is more than a religious or spiritual affirmation. It's a precise tool to reprogram your subconscious, rooted in the universal principle that your inner world creates your outer reality. It's not just about saying the words, it's about the intention and emotion you infuse them with, combined with consistent repetition in that unique state akin to sleep when your subconscious is most receptive. And this isn't merely positive thinking. It's a deliberate reprogramming process that works on a much deeper level, bypassing the conscious mind's limitations and going directly into the subconscious, planting the seed of your intention. Think of it as a software update to your internal operating system, where the old limiting programs are replaced by new empowering ones. This is where you start to take back control of your subconscious, and with it, your reality, because you are changing yourself at the source. Let's revisit the key patterns that make this technique so effective. Repetition is the foundation. Just like a sculptor shapes clay with consistent effort, you shape your subconscious with repeated affirmations. The state akin to sleep provides that fertile ground where these affirmations take root effortlessly, bypassing the usual resistance of the conscious mind. And the final key ingredient, emotional integration, acts as the fertilizer, accelerating the growth of your intention. Neglecting any of these components will hinder the manifestation process. If you just repeat the words without feeling, they'll just remain words. If you try this during the day when your mind is still active, the conscious mind will reject them. And if you do it once or twice, without consistency, nothing will happen because you haven't given the seeds enough time to sprout. All 3 are needed in synergy for this to work, and without any of them, the process will simply not work the way it was intended to. So, how does this technique actually work? The subconscious responds to repeated, emotionally charged intentions, especially when the mind is most receptive. Think about neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself, forming new neural pathways with every repeated thought, belief, and action. This is why this technique is so effective, because it is directly creating the new neural pathways in your mind by bypassing the conscious, analytical thought. It's not about the words themselves, it's the inner alignment you create within yourself, which then transforms your reality. It's a way to rewrite your internal narrative and finally break free from the limitations of your old beliefs. And this isn't just empty theory. It's the practical application of the universal law that your inner world dictates your outer world. And if you change the inner world, the outer one will be forced to reflect that change. It's a shift in perspective that takes you from being a victim of circumstances to becoming the conscious creator of your experience. And that brings us to a vital point. The transformation that occurs when you stop seeing limitations as external barriers and recognize them as internal beliefs. Those closed doors you feel are holding you back. They're not outside, they're within you. They're the self-sabotaging beliefs and the limiting stories you've told yourself for years. You are the one keeping the doors closed with your thoughts, and only you can open them by reprogramming your subconscious. The power is within you, always has been, and it's by taking control of your inner state that you can finally experience outer change. It's not about changing your external circumstances, it's about changing yourself, and as you do that, the external world will shift to match your new internal vibration. This is why you always have the power, not just to change your life, but to change yourself from the ground up. Now, let's put this practice into a broader context of personal growth and self-discovery. This isn't just about manifesting desires. It's about transforming yourself into the person who already possesses what they seek. It's about shifting your identity from someone who's striving to someone who already is, so you can embody the state you desire. This is the path to self-actualization, becoming the fullest expression of who you truly are. When you repeat, "Peace, be still," you're not just asking for peace and stillness. You're embodying them, aligning with your higher self, and that's the path to unlocking your full potential, becoming the version of yourself you were always meant to be. And this transformation is reflected both inwardly and outwardly. The pattern of internal transformation preceding external manifestation is a constant in life. Think about a seed. It first undergoes a process of inner growth, developing roots and a stem unseen beneath the surface, before it breaks through the soil and blossoms into a flower. This is how inner transformation works. It requires patience, persistence, and faith, and the external world only reflects the inner changes that have already taken place. This isn't always obvious, nor can it be forced, and that's why patience is needed. External changes will often seem to come out of nowhere, because you weren't aware of the subtle internal shifts that were happening all along. The external is just the effect of the inner shifts, and this is why inner work is so important. Let's understand the profound implications of this technique on your life. The ability to reprogram your subconscious is the key to unlocking your full potential, because when you change the inner programs, you change the external reality, and your possibilities become limitless. This technique goes beyond mere wishful thinking. It's a powerful tool for self-empowerment, because it puts you in the driver's seat of your own life. You become the conscious creator of your reality, no longer at the mercy of circumstances, instead using the full potential of your own mind to shape the life you wish to experience, and that's a powerful position to be in. You are capable of far more than you think, and reprogramming your subconscious with empowering beliefs is the first step in unlocking all of that. However, it's crucial to understand that the journey of transformation is continuous, a subtle unfolding, and not a one-time fix. This technique is not a magic pill that will instantly change your life. It's a lifelong practice that requires dedication, consistency, and faith, like nurturing a plant that needs time to grow. There will be days where you might feel resistance, doubt, or fear creep in, and that's okay. Those feelings are just the old patterns trying to regain control, but it is up to you to recognize this and choose to gently guide your mind back to the stillness within. The key is to not let these feelings disrupt your manifestation process, because this is a marathon, not a sprint, and small actions, when repeated consistently, will create a ripple effect that will eventually manifest as a great transformation. Now, let's bring all the threads together, showing how the subconscious mind, the power of affirmations, the importance of emotion, the state akin to sleep, and the three-word phrase all work together to create change. The subconscious mind is the stage where all the action takes place. Affirmations are the tools you use to reprogram it. Emotions are the fuel that accelerates the process. The state akin to sleep is the most receptive moment, and peace, be still, is the key that unlocks it all, allowing you to rewrite your inner narrative. When you understand how all of these work together, the path to manifestation becomes clear, and the possibilities become limitless, because you know how the process works, and you can take full control of it. Let's complete the pattern that has been recurring throughout the video: inner alignment creating external reality. Remember that the internal world is the seed, and the external world is the fruit. You cannot expect to see external changes if you have not planted the right seeds within. When you repeat, "Peace, be still," with intention and emotion, you're planting the seed of inner peace and stillness, which will grow into corresponding experiences in your outer reality. The external manifestation is just the outcome of what has already taken root within, and this is why it always has to start from the inside out. You cannot force the fruit, just like you cannot force the external reality to change. You can only plant the seed and let it grow. Now, let's address the initial questions and mysteries that we posed at the beginning of this video. How do you break down the closed doors that seem to block you from your desires? The answer, as you now know, is to start working on your inner world. It's not about magic. It's about taking conscious control over your inner state and beliefs, aligning with the state you want to embody. By reprogramming your subconscious, you begin to see the world through a new lens, transforming your reality from the inside out. Because it's from the inside out where true and lasting transformation occurs, and that was always the answer to all of your questions. And with that, I hope you're feeling a release of tension, knowing you now have all the tools and knowledge you need to begin breaking down those closed doors that you thought were holding you back, because they were never real in the first place. They were just the reflections of your inner beliefs. The power to transform your reality has always been within you. Your mind is a powerful tool, and you can now use it to shape the life that you want by taking control over your inner world. You are the creator of your experience, and with that knowledge comes responsibility, but also empowerment. Now, let me ask you this. Now that you know this technique, what else is possible for you? How far can you take this? This is the beginning of a powerful journey of self-discovery and empowerment, and I'm excited to see how far you take this knowledge and apply it into your life. The implications of this knowledge extend beyond just manifesting your desires. These are principles that can be applied to your health, relationships, your career, and every other aspect of your life. The possibilities are truly limitless once you have this understanding. I encourage you to share your experiences, breakthroughs, and any questions that may have arisen from your 21-night challenge in the comments. What's the first thing you expect to see shift when you start this practice? Let's create an active community of people who are committed to transforming their lives. And if you're ready to dive deeper into this world of manifestation and personal growth, make sure to subscribe, as there's much more advanced content on the way. Until next time, remember the power is always within you.